Dr. King's Memorial. Dr. King's Memorial. Focus question. Who was Dr. King and why he is important? Introduction. Each year, people of all ages visit the memorial that honors Martin Luther King Jail in the Washington, D.C. A large sculpture of Dr. King and some famous quotes of inspire visitors. The time is always right to do what is right. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Who was Dr. King and why do we remember him? Dr. King was a civil rights leader. He worked throughout his lifetime for equal rights for all people. The South. Dr. King grew up in Korea in 1913. During his childhood in the South, he raised remedies and laws that were unfair to black people. Laws in the United States kept black people and white people segregate or separate from one another. Not all states followed these laws. However, many United States in South enforced them. In the South, black people and white people were not allowed to marry each other. Black people could not attend the same school as white children. Black people had to use different drinking fountains from white people. Black people had to sit at the back of city buses. The front seats were reserved only for white people. Black people were not allowed to ride the same railroad cars as white people. Black people and white people had to use different public restrooms. The law said that everyone would be separate but equal. However, many facets of black people were not nice or clean or kept as those of white people. Dr. King work. Dr. King wanted unfair laws to change for all races to be treated equally under the law. His dream was America would come together as one people without racism. He gave many speeches and spoke with many people about how to change laws. Hate will be never end hate. Only love will end hate. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. King wanted to use people or knowledge way to change. He said there was already too much hate in the world to use violence to fight riots. Dr. King and his followers protest the unfair laws by refusing to follow them. For example, many black people held sit-in, during which they held with their sat at the white-only counters in restaurants. They refused to move, and some people, including Dr. King, were arrested. Dr. King, with his supporters, mocked with many people as another nonviolent way to protest racism and Saracens' laws. They hope to make people, especially lawmakers, realize that the unfair laws should be changed after marching in Washington, D.C. Dr. King delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech at the Lincoln Memorial in 1863. He affected many people with his powerful words. New laws. Because of the work of Dr. King and others, the government changed the Saracen laws in 1864. The new laws are much fairer. It is now against the law to treat some people better than other people because of their race. Do you know Rosa Parks refused to move from her front seat on city bus to back seat in 1850. When she was arrested, many people around the world became angry about treatment. Her courage helped change unfair laws. Black children and white children can go to the same school. People can sit where they want on buses and trains and in restaurants. The same water fountains and restrooms can be used by anyone, no matter their race. Dr. King's dream. Dr. King wanted all people to be free. He wanted laws that treat everyone fairly. He dreamed that people of every race could get along. If cannot do great things, I can do small things in great way. We remember Dr. King when we visit the memorial in Washington, D.C. by honor his dream of fair laws and free people. We carry on the work that Dr. King began.